Okay, y'all, I'm gonna make this quick. Today we are talking about the Arcam Radia A25 integrated amplifier. This is a 100 watt per channel into 8 ohm integrated amplifier, 157 watts into 4 ohms. And this might make it so that I never make another video for this channel. We'll see. I'm feeding this into my 8 ohm, somewhere between 83 and 87 dB CSS Crichton 1TDX bookshelf speakers. I am using my Audio-Technica ATLP120X USB turntable with the Shibata stylus. If you get this turntable, the Shibata is required. It changes everything. Oh, I love it with the Shibata. It's so good. Expensive though, at least expensive for me. Also in the back, this might not make sense to you, but I am using the i5 Zen Phono preamp, which you do not need with this integrated amplifier. And then I'm using the Blue Sound Node. I keep these in the back because I find that I never need to physically handle them at all. It's just not necessary. Everything I need is here or on my phone. Let's talk about this real quick. Aesthetically, I think it's personally a better aesthetic than the Arcam SA20. I think the old one sounded equally as good at volumes 90 dB and less. Volumes 90 dB and higher, this has better control over your speakers. And maybe that's because there's an extra 10 watts per channel and 8 ohms. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm hearing. You have two knobs. On the left, you have a knob to select your inputs. Turn it, push on it, picks what you want. And then something that I like quite a bit, let's put it to, do it to turntable. If you hold this in, you can pick the name of your input. AV, streamer, CD, default, auxiliary, network. You can pick what you want it to be called, which I think is a really nice feature. On the right, you have your volume control. I find that I listen 50 and under. My family thinks that 40 and higher is too loud. They listen between 25 and 40. If you push in, it mutes. And then if you hold it down, it puts it into standby. Now, it also comes with the remote control. This remote, in my opinion, is not as high quality as the old one. Where the old one lit up, I really like that. This one just has some sort of silly light that lights up when you push your buttons. I guess it shows that your batteries are good, but other than that, I don't see any functionality to it whatsoever. And then this one, where the old one, about 3/4 of it had buttons that you didn't need at all unless you had the CD player. This one has buttons that you use just about all of them, except for maybe these bottom 3. The things that you should probably know, these two, this one with the music note and then this one with the ... These functionalities are not available through the menus on the integrated amplifier, meaning if you lose the remote or it stops working, which is probably going to happen because it's pretty cheap, it's just plastic and it's small, you're going to lose it. It's just not going to last forever. It means you lose the functionality of this. And there's some functionality that I really like. Pushing the music button. There's one that you have your balance. This DAC oversample. Now, there are two options here. Min phase slow, I think, is what Arcam sound usually is. It's smooth, it's buttery, it's a sweet sound. But if you change it to linear phase fast, it adds a bit of staccato to your music and to your movies. So if you suffer with the inability to understand dialogue, changing to the fast phase will make it so there's a little more separation, a little more clinicalness to the sound of this turntable, which I think some people like. But I do think that it does add to the clarity of this amplifier if that's what you're going for. Now, I use the slow setting. For me, that's fine. And I just watched Brad Pitt's movie Fury, and I understood every single thing that everyone said. It sounded great. But if you do struggle with dialogue, you might want to consider the fast phase. That could help you out quite a bit. Let me unplug this real quick and let me show you the back. Pardon my non-editing skills, but that's just how it goes on this channel. So this amplifier weighs about 22 pounds is what I would guess. It's really well built. I'd say build quality is equal to the SA20. Has some nicer touches. You have a lot of yellow that's added. I mean, you can see the yellow in between here. There's some yellow accents put on the side. So it's nice because it's not just a black box. Do you notice this yellow when it's put in your rack? Nope, you don't notice at all. But it's a nice touch. I like it. On the back, just pretty great. You have your power input, your switch for whether you're 115 volt or 230. And this is something that I hope they use. This service, I haven't used it at all at this point, but if they want to make better use of the OLED or add the functionality that the remote has that the actual integrated buttons do not have, I hope that they update it. And there is a service USB so that maybe they'll do that in the future. That's my hope. You got a trigger in and out. You have an infrared. This control, I don't know what that is. Ethernet? There's no Ethernet compatibility in this. The DAC here. Now you have a SPDIF link and you have 2 coaxials, and then you have a USB-C input. Start with the USB. The DAC in here is greatly improved. It goes all the way up to 48-bit, 786. In theory, I have never heard a movie that's at that quality. I've never heard music at that quality. I have no idea if that's even possible. Then this also plays DSD up to 1056 or 1024. I don't know, I forget all the numbers. But it does, this DAC is smooth. It is a gigantic improvement over the old one, and it's actually made it so I don't use my i5 DAC that I previously put into the SA20. This is a giant improvement. One thing that I don't like about the USB-C is I was hoping to be able to connect my phone or my iPad to this with a lightning to USB-C cord. It does not work that way. For whatever reason, I don't know why, I can't play music directly from my phone or iPad into this. But I can connect my Blue Sound Node to the USB-C, and I can connect my MacBook Air to the USB-C and use it in the full integration. The Digital 1, Digital 2, and Digital 3, those do not use the full capacity of the DAC. They go up to 356 maybe, I don't know, you'd have to look it up, but it's not quite the level of what the USB-C has. And then on the back you have your 3 analog inputs. You have your phono moving magnet input. The moving magnet on here is sweet. It's great. I thoroughly enjoy it. Is it an improvement over the i5 Zen phono preamp? It's just different. I switch between the two quite a bit actually. The i5 Zen is more analytical. This phono preamp is smoother. It's just kind of what it is. And then my pre-out I use to attach my subwoofer with some RCA cables to my Bowers & Wilkins DB4S subwoofer. And then these speaker cables are the exact same, in my opinion, as the old ones. Gold plated. Ooh, they don't come off. I didn't realize that. So, but you can use it. Basic five-way binding posts. I use them with my custom speaker cables for beryllium banana plugs. It's great. Something that's unique about this, and supposedly it's to hide some of the cables so they don't go over the back. Arcam is just like every other hi-fi company that they create stupid words, and they're calling this like, I don't know, lip that goes over the top. They call it a cawl, C-A-W-L. I don't know, whatever. Once your stuff's set in place, I don't worry about it at all, but yeah, I guess it adds to a little bit of the lack of functionality on how accessible your inputs are when you're taking RCAs or speaker cables or whatever in and out. What you should know about this amplifier other than just the functionality, again, pardon my non-editing skills. The sound. I love the Arcam sound. It is listenable for days. I mean, the bass has great control. The Class A from 0 to 25 watts that this Class G amplifier has, it's just beautiful to me. I love it. 25 watts into Class A is remarkable. And then for everything above, it's just, I love this amp. Is it sweet? Yeah, but the filter can change that if you want it to. I don't want to change it. I like the Arcam sound, but if you are into something like the Techniques SUG 700 Mark II that costs $2,800, maybe you want to spend $1,500 on this instead and set it to the fast filter. It's possible. The uppers, the treble, I mean, I've put these on my Crichton 1 TDXs and it sounds so good. It's sweet. It's not too ear piercing. Is it Klipsch and Emotiva put together to make it super bright? No, you're not gonna get that fatigue. With this, I love it. This is my preferred speaker, but I've also put this on the Wharfedale Diamond 225 bookshelf speaker, and it's remarkable. Maybe a touch too warm with the Wharfedale, which is maybe why I prefer this. But also I've put it with my Martin Logan Motion 20i stand mount, or not stand mount, floor standing speakers, and the tweeter's really controlled in all of them. This is a good product. Is it worth spending, in my case, a little less than $1,000 more? Well, I spent $1,000 on this because it was open box and 10% off from Music Direct. But would I spend $1,500 on this when I can get the SA20 for $99 right now? This does not look like a 1980s cable box. This is a welcome redesign, and it looks great in my opinion. I mean, shoot, my room is yellow, right? Like, this thing was made for my room. The yellow accents just make it just fits. Will you like it? I don't know. Sound wise, I love the SA20 and I love the way that this sounds. This is a little bit better at higher volumes. But if you were to blindfold me and try to get me to tell the difference between the SA20 and the A25, could I tell the difference? Not at levels 85 dB and less. But would I get this? Aesthetically, yes. Would I upgrade? Depends on how much you like the looks. Is this better than my Croft Phono Integrated that I sold? It doesn't sound as good. But this, and I guess that raises the point, where that Croft, the bulbs would burn because my kids would leave it on for days on end after playing Super Mario Kart on our Nintendo. This one works really well for the family. Every other system that I've had, my oldest kid has looked at it, and he has autism, so I mean, some stuff can be a little bit harder for him to, well, no, I'm not gonna say that. He can actually figure out all kinds of stuff. But he has commented at this every once in a while with some of the older integrated amplifiers, the A11 Tribute, the Croft, and especially the Name Unity Atom. He said, I don't know how to do any of this. But with this, we figured it out without any problems at all. And I feel comfortable with everybody in my family using it. And everybody in my family knows how to use it, which is probably the biggest selling point for me of all. So my wife and I like the way it looks. My wife and I and my kids, our kids, know how to use it. It sounds great. It's built, at least the integrated amplifier, the amplifier itself is built to last. Could it use, do I wish that all of the features on the remote were actually accessible with just the integrated amplifier? Absolutely. But this one might make it so that I don't talk to y'all about new integrated amplifiers for a long time. Should you get it? I don't want to say no. I love it. It's the perfect amp for my family. And ultimately, that's what really matters to me. It makes all of us want more. More music, more time watching movies together. It makes my family better. So yeah. If you have any questions, please ask them down in the comments below. You can email me at twistyflora@gmail.com if you need to. I try to respond to as many things as I can. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you. Enjoy the music. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your day. Because not everybody gets those things. Find something to enjoy. And if today all it is music, cool. Today, if it's music and ice cream, even better. Today, if just taking a walk outside and listening to the birds, fantastic. Yeah, enough sappiness. Enjoy the music. I'll talk to y'all later.